There's always something a bit more off the wall, a bit of good stuff going on here. Now, I hope they're still doing it in 50 years.
I think that when people visit Ikon today, they'd be amazed to know how it started. I mean, all those years ago in that little kiosk.
Going right back to that little group of 4 artists, David Prentice, Jess Bruton, Sylvana Marillion and Bob Groves, who had the vision to live their dream, see their dream of there being a place that was created specifically to show contemporary art.
Ever since I've been at Ikon, I've been very aware of the fact that I'm a beneficiary of all the contributions that have been made by those that have gone before.
Swallow Street was a time when people started to actually come because they wanted to come and look at the stuff that was being shown at Ikon.
There have been some extraordinary individuals who have appeared at various points in Ikon's history, sometimes sort of snatching it from the jaws of death, sort of moving it on, being more strategic with it, sort of moving it towards a more sustainable place.
When it had moved to Swallow Street, to greatly improve premises on the kiosk it had had in the Bullring open-air market, but it had also moved to a much quieter location within the city centre, and I suggested it came back into an area of the city centre which had a heavy footfall.
It was this extraordinary space in the midst of shops, and it had a quite different ambience, so it had a very particular feel to it, I think, in those days.
What was good about it was that you had the potential to reach a very broad audience because people would just stream in by the door and they would drop in out of curiosity. And that was a valuable thing.
We got an extraordinary multitude of reactions. Some were art-loving public and others were just people popping in after Habitat. And there was a father with his son, and the son was very excited. He said, "Oh, Dad, what's that?" He said, "Oh, that's nothing, son, that's only art."
It was a showroom. It was a showroom for furniture. It was like a sort of marshalling yard of sofas, run by some very kind of suspicious-looking people, who I was told subsequently were in fact part of a kind of criminal family.
Well, I thought John Bright Street was an absolutely fantastic building. And at that moment, in terms of what was happening in art at that time, it was the flexible, generous, cantankerous, open-ended space that you would want.
I think I wasn't making what I would think of as a political statement. I think I was making a statement about the ambition I felt a gallery should have in Birmingham to show contemporary and quite radical programme in terms of the kinds of art we were showing.
Artists would have exhibitions at various places in school halls, pubs, and those who were in colleges would have exhibitions in colleges and places like that, but there were no public spaces. So when the Ikon started opening up the gallery to other voices, it was very, very important.
We had a lot of discussions about the effect of a building move on programming, but in the end the idea of moving into a fantastically renovated historical building was something that we all felt was really going to do a lot for the gallery in terms of its profile.
And I think that's what's great about the Ikon. It's got an international profile really, which is very exemplary, really.
It's flourishing in a way that we could never have envisaged.
Ikon's current premises are extremely beautiful, so much so that I'll walk into Brindley Place in the morning on my way to work and I'll see the building there and feel slightly thrilled. In fact, every day I feel slightly thrilled to know that I'm the director of this thing called Ikon. If it wasn't those four artists that brought Ikon into being, then probably something else would have happened here. Chances are it wouldn't have been artist-led and continued to be the institution that is renowned for its respect for artists.
Culture is very important, and this is part of culture. Visuals, sound, everything, art it has to be here. They should do more of it.
Our vision for the future of Ikon, and I'm sure I can speak on behalf of all those who have contributed to its history so far, particularly the directors, is that it continues to be as bold as ever, striving for artistic excellence, whilst being as accessible as possible to our visitors and a wider public, in a way that is completely consistent with the idealism of those that founded Ikon all those years ago, that extraordinary generosity and vision.